Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I am working on my week 2 check-in for my March budget, and I'm going to try to make it through this video without crying. Okay. One of the things that we will discuss actually happened today, which is the 15th, and my oldest cat, Fifi, I had to put her down today. She had a seizure in the middle of the night, and then early in the morning, between going to the emergency vet and the regular vet, we think that she had a stroke, and she was basically just lying there breathing, and her heart was beating and all of that, but she was not responsive to anything. So the best decision was to put her down. So, I'm going to try to get through the rest of this video. So I apologize for starting off on a sad note, but that is part of the budget, so I just want to get it out of the way, because we did have to go to the emergency vet and eventually to the regular vet, so those will be shown on my expenses for this month. So I actually did a fairly good job of not going out to any place to eat, to go to the grocery store and do all of that this week. The big thing was the vet today. So I am going to go through what all has happened since the 9th, so from the 9th through the 15th. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out my trackers here, and I have these color-coded for certain things. And if you haven't seen this before, these are my areas, my expenses that I've split them out into, and I do color coding because it's easier for me to figure out what expense is what. So if I'm looking for a bill, I know it's always going to be in pink. So that is why I've done the color coding this way. It works for my brain. Okay, I'm gonna, like I said, write this stuff down, and I will be right back. I have written down all the expenses, so let's go ahead and go through them and start putting them on the dates. So I did pay towards credit card number 2. I had some extra things that needed to get paid off from the previous month, so that is what this is for. It was for my plane tickets, hotel, some other things in there as well. So that was paid on the 14th. And we had 2 bills. This one is a new one, and this other one is, they're both subscriptions. So I have a little pet camera, and so this is the subscription to be able to watch the videos. So that was on the 10th. And the other one is a Discovery Plus subscription, and that was also, nope, it was on the 13th. Okay, I have nothing in auto, restaurants, but I do have stuff in business. So we're going to start off with item number 1, which was on the 9th. This is just all business stuff. I have yet to even set up my business budget, so I will get to that at some point. Next one is website security, and that was also on the 9th. And then these 2, I got some more paint samples because I'm not quite liking the paint on the cabinet in my bathroom, the vanity. And the other one is the music for my YouTube channel that I use. So those paint samples were on the 13th. And the music is on the 15th. That is not straight. Okay. Nothing in entertainment, crafts, personal, pet food, gifts, household, and groceries. Also nothing, even though I went to the vet this week, I am not pulling from my sinking funds for this because my vet sinking fund doesn't cover everything that happened. So I am just going to be using some money from my emergency fund to my emergency fund. Yes, I could pull from my emergency fund, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to just do the emergency fund to the emergency fund. So both of these happened. I'm just titling them as miscellaneous. I've already transferred about $800 from the miscellaneous or the emergency fund to the emergency fund, and then the extra $150 I will just cover out of my regular budget. So emergency vet was $447.22, and regular vet was $492.81. Emergency vet, I took Fifi in after she had what appeared to be a seizure, and I just had them, paid the emergency fee and then the blood work for her, and all of her blood work came back normal. So they just said you can either leave her here, and that was going to be $2,500 total once everything went through with x-rays and if she had a seizure. And but I just decided to take her home because it was her first seizure. She was 15 and a half years old, so she lived a long life. So I just decided to take her home. So I did bring her home and just let her kind of relax and everything. And she woke me up about 5 in the morning. So the seizure happened at 11:48. She woke me up. It was traumatic for me because I had to get to her. She was under my bed. I had to rip apart my bed, basically. So it was a little traumatic for me. So then we got home around 2:30 or thereabouts from the emergency vet, and I went to sleep about 3. No, I think we got home around 1:30. And it wasn't until about 3 o'clock that I just was like, okay, I need to get some sleep. So I slept, and then Fifi woke me up about 5, and somewhere between 5 and 6:30, somewhere around there, we think she had a stroke. And from that point on, she was wobbly on her feet. She couldn't see anymore. She basically would just walk up to a wall and bang into the wall, and then there were moments where she would just stop and stand with her head towards the wall. So those were all signs from some of our previous animals where one of them had a neurological issue, and the same thing where basically she walked around in circles and wouldn't eat and do all of this and was wobbly. And the other dog would just walk up to the corner of the room and just stay there and breathe and not do anything else. And so Fifi had both of those type of things. So the vet said she recommended that I put her down. So, and I kind of knew when Fifi had the seizure that I would probably have to put her down. So that is where we are at. Excuse me. Trying not to cry because I've been crying a lot, and I don't want to cry anymore. Okay. No spend trackers. So I'm putting a no spend here because this was kind of like budgeted. It is a bill. I didn't spend anything on the weekend. Right here, I spent stuff here. This was planned, sort of. But you know what? I'm going to not put a tracker there because it was, well, I didn't spend anything. It was planned to spend money on that day. So it was like a bill. I'm paying a bill. So that is where we are at. I'm going to go ahead and flip over into the check-in over here. And I spent nothing on groceries, nothing on restaurants, nothing on household. But on miscellaneous, I did spend. I apologize for sounding the way I sound, but, you know, when you've been crying, okay, 4, 4722 492.81 940. I'm trying to pull out my pins. Okay, 940.03. Okay, so there we are with the check-in. I am okay with this. This is pretty much a no-spend week on the things that I'm tracking. The miscellaneous one, that just, it would have been zero except for, you know, it just happened. So, yeah. Anyways, try not to think about it. I'm trying not to think about it. But yes, so that is where we are at with the check-in basically for this week. So I'm going to go ahead and mark some of these as well. I already put the pencil the pins away. Okay, so I'm not going to do the business ones yet because I have not done those, but I am going to Pet Cube. We already knew that was going to happen, so I'm going to over here. There we go with that. And Discovery Plus, go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna add in these. Okay, so 363, 46 plus 1215, 59. So I paid that amount towards debt, but that's because some of my credit card, like extra to debt. So I'm just gonna erase what I have and pencil put the amounts so far. Okay. So, and I already marked those. So I consider it a kind of a win on the expenses. It's not much to go on, and this is what you want to do when you have a no-spend week or no-spend month. And I pretty much would have been on track except for the paint samples. That was just an extra business expense that I did. And then the emergency vet. So that's, those two items are the two that I spent on, basically. So a lot of the other stuff is all planned throughout the year, so, or planned out throughout the month. I'm sorry, my words are not making sense. Anyways, so that's where we're at. I again apologize that this is a sad check-in on an emotional level, but life happens, and yeah, that's what happened. So anyways, if you watch my cleaning videos, you may have seen a clip here or there of Fifi, but right now I am showing you what Fifi looked like when she was a kitten, and one of the more recent pictures of her. So she was 15 and a half years old, and a little ornery, feisty calico. So, but yeah, so anyways, thank you everybody for watching, and I will be back next week with another budget check-in. And if you are interested in any of my other videos, which could be cleaning videos and home repairs, home refreshes, that type of stuff, please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And again, I will be back next week. Bye everybody.